Hello everybody. I am going to present my talk on frugal engineering or jugad innovations. Frugal engineering is all about the philosophy of achieving more with fewer resources. And jugad innovations is achieving desired targets by very unusual ways and means. Since our childhood, we have been narrated the story of a thirsty crow. No doubt that the necessity is mother of innovation. In today's highly competitive market, the industrial organizations are under pressure for achieving more with fewer resources. And perhaps frugal engineering is the most appropriate solution for this. The term frugal engineering introduced by Carlos, the joint chief of Renault and Nissan. He said, frugal engineering is achieving more with fewer resources. In fact, frugal engineering is an engineering philosophy, not the engineering methodology. The other engineering philosophies are Gandhian engineering, jugad engineering. We, the Indians, are best practitioner of jugad engineering in this world. And this is also very true that those are not from engineering background, they have proved themselves as most creative jugad innovator. These are some of examples of Indian jugad engineering. Now I am sure that you must very excited to know more about Indian jugad innovations. Now we will see an example of refined jugad engineering by budding engineers of Somaiya College of Engineering, Mumbai. When jugad creativity and engineering knowledge shake hand together, we can expect something amazing like this jugad car with 300 km per liter average. Let's see this interesting footage.
नजर आएगा हिंदुस्तानी जुगाड़। सोमैया कॉलेज के छात्रों ने बनाई 1 लीटर में 300 किलोमीटर चलने वाली गाड़ी।
टाटा नैनो 1 लीटर में 20 किलोमीटर, होंडा अमेज 1 लीटर 26 किलोमीटर। क्या आपका इस एवरेज से भी मन नहीं भरा? मुंबई के सोमैया कॉलेज के छात्र लाए हैं जुगाड़, जो देता है 1 लीटर में 300 किलोमीटर। 60 किलो की इस हल्की फुल्की गाड़ी का नाम ही है जुगाड़।
जुगाड़ हम लोग ने बेसिकली हम लोग के लाइब्रेरी में से एक बुक था जुगाड़ इनोवेशन। तो वो बेसिकली वो बुक क्या बोलता है कि जो भी कुछ तुम लोग नया करते हो या फिर कोई भी चीज़ से तुम लोग कुछ नया बनाते हो, वो एक इनोवेशन होता है या फिर उसको जुगाड़ बोलो तुम लोग। तो हम लोग ने बोला ये जुगाड़ नाम इसके लिए सबसे परफेक्ट रहेगा।
हमने जुगाड़ का माइलेज सुना तो यकीन नहीं आया, लगा गलती से 30 की बजाय 300 किलोमीटर लिखा गया है। लेकिन खुद तस्दीक करने पहुंचे, इस जुगाड़ को चलाकर भी देखा। जुगाड़ को किसी रेस कार की तरह पैर पसार कर चलाना पड़ता है। ग्लास फाइबर का एक खटोला अपने जुगाड़ इस नाम का हर मायने में यथार्थ करता है, क्योंकि इसकी ईंधन की जरूरतें कम है, इंजन में भी दम है, खासतौर पर तब जब इसका इंजन घास काटने वाले एक लॉन मोवर से निकाला गया है और पहिए एक तिपहिया साइकिल से।
रोज हम लोग 8-9 घंटे यूज़ करते थे। कॉलेज से आते थे, कॉलेज का लेक्चर्स बंक करके हम लोग बैठते थे डिज़ाइनिंग फेज़ के लिए। फिर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग टाइम पे हम लोग इधर उधर जाते थे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स में।
गाड़ी की लागत के 4 लाख कॉर्पोरेट फंडिंग से इन होनहार छात्रों को मिले हैं। गाड़ी को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पायदान भी मिला है। मलेशिया में जुगाड़ उस होड़ में हिस्सा लेगी जहां गाड़ियों की परख उनके माइलेज से होगी, तो दुनिया भी देखेगी हिंदुस्तानी जुगाड़ की कला। मुंबई से कैमरामैन राज के साथ योगेश दामले, NDTV इंडिया।
A good common sense is all that is essential for frugal innovations. You should be able to visualize your creation or design from user's perspective. You should be able to distinguish between necessary and luxurious features of your design. For example, if we just count how many features of our mobile phone we use in our day-to-day life. As a human being, we should be thankful to God for giving us a creative mind. Only human mind can appreciate humor, beauty, awareness of death, understanding of time, meaning of life, desire for worship and creativity. What percent of brain do most of intelligent humans use? The answer is 0.67 to 1.5%. Einstein was the only person who could use 2.28% of his brain. If we are able to use even 4% of our brain, we can do calculations faster than supercomputers, can predict the futuristic events, and can know about our previous life, which is stored in the subconscious part of our mind. Our brain consumes lots of energy during thought process. The size of our brain is just 2% of our whole body, but it asks for 20% of our calories. So managers, don't worry if a member of your innovation team is just sitting idle. He might be developing an innovative idea for organization. It is easier to want what you get than to get what you want. This is the philosophy of simplification. This philosophy can not only simplify the engineering challenges but complexity of human life as well. In order to be a good frugal engineer, first of all yourself has to be convinced that you can be creative. Question traditional assumptions. Expand your problem-solving styles. Employ creativity techniques at your workplace. Practice thinking in new ways. Search for alternate ways to accomplish traditional tasks. Explore your surroundings. We should always be very curious and creative. Observe the things from a different perspective. Many readily available products or gadgets may be used very efficiently in high-end applications. For example, in Punjab, you can see the use of a washing machine for lassi making in sweets shops. Here is an example of frugal approach. You can find pressure cooker espresso coffee machine near New Delhi railway station. Challenge the obvious. The most basic trait of a frugal engineer is to question the conventional approach, even dare to challenge the obvious. A genuinely innovative innovation asks for untraditional approach of attempting the challenge. When you will start practicing frugal engineering in your organization, initially you will invite lots of criticism. Don't worry about that. It is usual with great inventors. So keep patience, get curious, not furious. Change is rule of the world. Please accept it. Frugal engineering is all about creativity for simplification. You cannot create something new without destruction of old. Be ready to overcome the threshold of change. So, the great artist Pablo Picasso correctly say that every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. Ickle. It has been observed that most of time, a mind, packed with theoretical knowledge, gets hanged at the time of critical decisions. This situation is known as analysis paralysis. Sometime a wrong decision is not as fatal as no decision at all. Opposite to this, action without proper vision is equally injurious. A good frugal engineer has to keep balance between these two extremes. Frugal engineering is not for theoreticians. It is all about experimental engineering. Too much or too little analysis will lead you nowhere. World's deadliest tank battle was between Germans and Russians during World War II. Hitler wanted to defeat Stalin, in his hometown. He ordered his engineers to design the best tank. They did as per his wish and made a tank named Tiger. Tiger was very precise in hitting the targets because of very tight specifications and tolerances adopted in its production. Opposite to this perfectionist approach of Germans, Russian decided to produce as many number of tanks as they can. They converted the factories of earth-moving equipments into T-34 factories. Thus Russia was able to deploy 5,000 T-34 tanks against the 2,500 German Tiger tanks in the Battle of Kursk. Because of the huge numbers of tanks deployed, for the first time in the history of tank battle, this fight was fought from so close range that sometimes the cannon of a tank can't touch the turret of enemy's tank. In the first day itself, Russian lost 328 tanks against the German toll of 60. No doubt, Tiger proved itself to be a superior tank, but Germans lost the battle. So the moral of the story is that final goal should be crystal clear. Obstacles to workplace creativity are internal politics, harsh criticism of new ideas, destructive internal competition, avoidance of risk and overemphasis on the status quo, extreme work timing, unrealistic expectations, distractions. A very good example of frugal innovation is Coding Secrets of Mumbai's Dabbawalas. They provide tiffin delivery service to their clients, living in the suburbs of Mumbai. They collect lunch tiffin from the client's home late in forenoon and deliver it at their workplace. This service was started in Mumbai in year 1880. As of now they handles 200,000 lunch tiffin every day. The average literacy of employee is 8th-10th standards. Every tiffin is handled by more than 8 to 10 different worker each day. Even though rate of wrong tiffin delivery is 1 in 16 millions. It is 99.99% Six Sigma performance. The Dabbawalas of Mumbai are a recipient of ISO 9001 quality standard. They have got the world record in best time management. They have name in Guinness Book of World Record and they stood high along with MNCs like GE, Motorola etc. The key of such a quality work lies in the coding system developed by these people. Google began in January 1996. By Larry Page and Sergey Brin, Ph.D. students at Stanford University. Google's search engine was different from conventional search engines because it was based on relevance and importance of page to user rather than counting how many times the search terms appeared on the page. Because of this new search approach, PageRank algorithm, results were much refined and related to user. Very soon Google was favorite search engine worldwide. But still earning revenue was $1 million question for Google team. They decided to incorporate user-related advertisement along with search results. Now Google is officially bigger than Microsoft Incorporated according to NASDAQ. In India, electricians are using a very simple 100-watt bulb tester. This tester is extremely simple, low cost, easy to carry in their bag and always gives very reliable result. But suffer with difficulties in continuity testing. The alternate design is shown here. It additionally contains a pair of male-female, 220-volt, plugs. You can see both of these tester for parallel testing. Now you can see, in traditional tester you face inconvenience in series testing, but in our design there is no such drawback. Here is another example of frugal approach in engineering experimentation. We have designed a mold at Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. As per theoretical calculations, the required torque of servo motor was 18 Nm and the cost of motor along with drive was $6,000. We decided to verify this theoretical results with frugal experimental approach. We used a simple spring balance which is domestically used to cross-check the weight of LPG cylinder. We connected the flange of ball screw with a crank of known length and measured the maximum force required to rotate the assembly. Simply multiplying the force and the length of crank, we calculated the required torque to be 9.1 Nm. In this way we could save $2,000. Finally, it was proved that our frugal approach was successful and this mold is perfectly working in Production Engineering Laboratory of IIT, Delhi. Since we are working in the area of polymeric material science and engineering, we wanted to conduct some experiments related to microcellular foaming on a microcellular compression molding machine. This machine is very costly and not available in our laboratory. This led us to use frugal approach. We converted a universal material tester, available in our lab, in a microcellular compression molding machine. We removed the grippers from UMT and mounted in-house fabricated 5 to 20 cc variable volume mold, force plunger and cooling arrangement on UMT. As shown in right side photograph of system, we got excellent experimental results. These are some of the scanning electron micrographs of foam produced on microcellular compression molding machine developed frugally. Polymer gas mixture. Another frugal innovation in our lab is conversion of microcellular injection molding machine into capillary rheometer for polymer gas mixture. Since no rheometer is commercially available to handle polymer gas mixture, we decided to convert our microcellular injection molding machine for this purpose. The basic assumption in this innovation is that the nozzle of injection molding machine is an approximate capillary. We can program 10 stages of injection profile to have low to high range of shear rate. The melt pressure transducer, inserted at metering section, provides the values for shear stress. A purge shot into the atmosphere will give us shear rate versus shear stress data. These are some of the governing and constitutive equations for capillary rheometer. The viscometric plots obtained for general-purpose polystyrene material, from a standard capillary rheometer and injection molding rheometer developed frugally. After calibration, both of these data sets fits perfectly. This is the, finally achieved, viscometric plot for polymer gas mixture. Another frugal innovation of our lab is development of supercritical fluid injector. The cost of original injector is around $10,000, but we were successful to convert a Bosch's CDR injector for this purpose. We did this for $200 only. This is a typical schematic of a microcellular injection molding system. The sintered metal SCF injectors suffers from backflow of molten polymer into the injector and connecting gas pipeline. This is the photograph of Bosch's common rail diesel injector. This is the photograph of modified CRD injector along with its internals. These are the photographs of SCF injector, fitted into the microcellular injection molding machine. Astronauts. The scope of frugal engineering is unlimited. Just after the launch, Apollo 13 astronauts found that there was a big leakage from oxygen tank and the fuel cells were not generating proper electricity. They moved to life-saving capsule. This capsule was designed for 2 astronauts, but they were 3. They found that the carbon dioxide level in capsule was increasing. They send a panic message from 200,000 miles away to NASA control room that they want a carbon dioxide absorber. In this situation, NASA Command Center was helpless, but one engineer in NASA decided to take this challenge. Within hours he was there with a frugal solution. He instructed the astronauts to use their socks, duct, tape etc. to build a company absorber. See this clip from Hollywood movie Apollo 13.
Houston, we have a problem. We have a main bus B undervolt. We've got a lot of thruster activity here, Houston. It just went offline. Oh, there's another master alarm, Houston.
I'm checking the quad.
Price, there's no repress valve.
Maybe it's in quad.
We've got a computer restart.
I'm going to reconfigure the RCS.
We've got a
when these
page light.
things fire, it doesn't make any sense.
We've got multiple caution and warning, Houston. We've got to reset and restart.
All right, I'm going to SDS.
Let's get that hatch button. The limb might have been hit by a meteor.
Yep.
The tunnel's really torquing with all this movement. Houston, we got a pretty large bang there associated with a master alarm. Shit, it's main bus A. Main bus B is reading zip right now. We got a wicked shimmy.
Yeah, Houston, this is Aquarius. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jim, could you check your CO2 gauge for us?
Yeah, Houston, we were just looking at that. Our CO2 measurement has jumped 4 notches in the last hour.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs, handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Better get some coffee going, too, someone.
The deadly CO2 gas is literally poisoning the astronauts with every breath in and out.
Heads up, heads up.
And the spokespeople will not comment further.
Go. Heads up, people. Look out now.
What's this?
That's what they gotta make.
Well, I hope you got the procedures for me.
Right here. That's it?
Hydroxide canister, 2 lithium hydroxide canisters, I'm sorry. A roll of gray tape.
Duct tape.
That's duct tape. You need an LCG bag, 2 LCG bags, the red suit hoses, and you've got the flight plan covered.
Houston, filters in place.
Roger, 13.
Suit circuit relief to close. CO2 canister, select to secondary. All right. Goes.
I can hear air moving.
Houston, the CO2 level has dropped to 9, and it is still falling.
Yes. Good job.
That is good to hear, Aquarius. And you, sir, are a steely-eyed missile man.
Jai Hind, and thank you very much for watching this presentation. Do write to me at javed